G'day, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Justin.
And welcome to
The Workbench.
Now, straight into RC News.
What the? Wasn't it just over there? Wait, hang on. What's going on?
No,
it's
weird.
trippy.
Yeah,
I swear I was over there.
That was really strange, man.
It was.
Anyway, the news. Pro Boat have announced a tug, a recovery vehicle.
Yes, it's a big
Tell us about it,
30-inch
man.
tugboat. Apparently, it's got like all the water squirters. I think it has. Like
Yeah,
for all
I
the
saw
water
that.
squirting. It's got like a retractable arm to recover your boats. If you're
That's so cool, man.
RC speedboat stops out there, out in the middle of the lake, get the tug in there. And,
No
recover it.
more going for a swim.
Yeah,
I
pretty
dig
cool.
that. I think it looks fantastic, man.
It does.
Like it's just,
It's pretty scaled.
and even not using that as a recovery vehicle, man. Like, just be kind of fun, just driving this little thing around. Like,
100%.
well, not little thing. It's a
Well,
significant.
apparently, it's got an oversized 700 series motor.
That's,
wonder what that
do you reckon
means.
that's going to be like the? That'll be like that Traxxas 775, I reckon. Like that big
Big cam.
big
one.
talky thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
Put
cool,
on
man.
3S, the thing should move.
I like it. I really like
I
it.
actually really
man.
do
I
like
think-
it as well.
Imagine the hero you could be, man, if you're out with your mates, you've all got speedboats, and one of them does have some kind of issue, and it freaks out and it stops in the middle, 20 meters that way.
Hang on a minute. Let's
Hang on,
get me a
guys.
tugboat out of my car.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that, man. There's actually near where I live, there's guys that take out the yachts. Like, they don't have motors in them. They are literally just sailboats.
The yachts.
Yeah, I don't understand how they work, but I love them. And again,
Wind.
you would be such a... Oh, it is the wind, right?
Mother
yeah.
Nature, mate.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about
This
that.
time gravity doesn't work.
Awesome, man. Next in the news, this one is for me. Tamiya have announced a brand new chassis, the TD4. And their first release on that chassis is called the Super Avante, which looks like this. And I love parts of it. I love the fenders. I think the bow shell it is quite a good looking car from the shape of it, but the blue and yellow, there's way too much yellow, and the fluoro yellow wheels that don't match the other. I love the fluoro yellow. The fluoro yellow, if it was continued on the body, I think would have looked awesome.
I like the colour. I do, personally.
I like Avante blue, but that car I think has the potential to be something very, very cool. It has the front inboard laydown cantilever, shocks, ball diffs, a drive shaft that appears to go over the driver figure's left shoulder. Like, it is a little bit madness.
Yep.
You do have to take apart the steering crank and sort of lift up the shocks to get the battery in and out.
So it's pretty much disassemble your car to get a battery out.
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of madness, but
I bet you will get it and it'll be like, well, there's a secret compartment down the bottom.
Oh, this is actually really easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it because it's so different. And getting a new off-road buggy chassis from Tamiya is noteworthy in and of itself, because I think the last one was in about 2012. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, no, I'm super keen for that car. From their video, it looks like it drives really well. Very low center of gravity, a fair bit of body roll as well, which is a good thing in an off-road car, so you get some weight transfer. It looks like it'll be a really fun little car, and I'm just hoping that they've made it
You
tough
putting your
enough
name on one?
I reckon I will. I don't think they're going to be cheap.
To be in what, 500s, you reckon? More?
I reckon more.
Yeah, okay.
I remember a $600 car.
Yeah.
But if they are a really enjoyable build and it's all very high quality things and they're tunable and everything, they could be worth it.
Yeah.
But I personally think that Mad Van, that Kyosho Mad Van, if you want something a bit different,
can't compete with the Mad Van.
we need to go drive one of those, dude.
I'm not talking about
so cool.
quality wise, but just the fun.
No, I'm
factor.
gonna say even quality wise, man.
No. I understand. Yeah, I didn't mean it like that, but fun factor of that is like 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
the thing I love with that chassis is that it'll pull a wheelie mid corner.
Yeah.
And the back end sort of still drifting a little bit, and it stands up. They're just, oh man, they're so much fun.
That's cool.
Mad Van.
I'd love to get one day.
Yeah, well, they didn't last long last time we had them.
To be honest, I still like the bronzy colour look, copper colour look one. Yep, than the red.
Really?
Yep.
That's it. I mean, it's sort of the consensus that like everyone kind of likes the brushless.
Oh, you gotta love the brushless.
No, they like the brushless colour scheme better than the original.
I'm not original though.
You're not original.
No.
But you like the original. And that makes you original.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense, but it does make sense.
We got some news on the drag slash in that Australia is going to get it, which is good, but we don't know when. I was called out in our last video for allegedly pleading with Traxxas to give us stuff. And you know what? I'm going to double down. I'm not begging personally for Traxxas to send me stuff. I'm saying I think Traxxas USA, they make all these products because we didn't get the funny car, drag car last time. I just think that wherever a company is based, if you're going to be a worldwide company, you should have your full range available to every market. I don't understand why things are so limited like that. Armour did the same thing with the entry-level brushed Sentin. Australia only ever got the entry-level brushed Typhon.
True.
Never got the Sentin in. I was really keen.
Didn't they get the Mega Sentin?
Australia didn't get them.
Yeah.
For, you know what, you have something like a video's like, this is only available, the uploader has not made this video available in your country.
Yeah.
And you'll see a thing like, oh, this show's now on Netflix, and you're like, oh, mad, I've wanted to watch that for ages. And you go and check it, and it goes, it's American Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, in that sort of stuff, that's how I feel when companies release something and go, oh, but we're only bringing it, nah, it's just for America.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And that's my little rant. The other news is we got in the Lossy 22S drag car.
It looks so good.
Dude, you need one of those.
Tell my fiance that.
He needs one of those.
I do.
There you go. Wedding presents. You can you register at Horizon Hobby?
Hey. Yeah. Good idea.
Right.
Something we'll have to sit down and have a think about.
And on
talk about, sorry, not think about. I need to think about it.
It's a great idea. And on that, let's go right into best and worst. Okay, this week in best and worst, we're talking about the best, all worst and worst, best and all worst.
And worstest.
Worstest handling cars that we've got. Also probably the most interestingly, like surprisingly good or bad handling cars.
How come you didn't bring your one?
Well, what's my one?
Isn't it on here?
Oh, the Slash. Yeah, because I broke my Slash about 30 minutes before I was supposed to bring it over.
Still could have bought it.
Yeah, I could have. It looks cool. We'll put it in another one.
Let's put it on the picture.
Yeah, there you go. It looks like that. That's... it's got a rabbit on top. Classic. No, the Slash 4x4. I'm not... Mine's an old one. It's it's a first generation Slash 4x4, so it's probably like 15 or 16 years old. A lot of the like steering linkages and...
Oh well, so you're both growing old together.
No, I've only had it for a couple of years. It was...
okay.
Where did I get it from? I think I got it from Laverton or something. Facebook Marketplace. No, I bought it basically as a roller that appeared to have had a battery or motor fire in it at some point. So that's always a good sign when you're buying something secondhand. Its shock absorbers are terrible. It's basically riding on bump stops the entire time.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, because my God, does that car handle?
Back in the days, my actual real cars used to go on bump stops.
Yeah, well, it's like there's a whole bunch of play in the steering hubs, everything, the whole car. There's just slop in everything, but somehow it handles. I don't know how. Well, I think through sheer force of will.
It's just one of those things, mate.
So there you go.
The mathematicals like just aligned.
It's like yeah. If every part is worn and broken by the perfect ratio.
36T.
Anyway, what about yours?
Mine. Yeah, right.
What is your favourite handling car?
I don't know. I think it might have to be the speedrun car, the Serpent.
Oh, Serpent, that thing we had on the other one.
Yeah, that mate.
Just because it's so planted,
even though I've only gone straight with it, but It's just like it's on tracks.
Sometimes just going in a straight line is not easy.
Well, you drive a basher and you try to go on a straight line, you can't.
Yeah. Or like the HSP Flying Fish. Honestly, really good drift car. But beginner level, it's tough and it actually pivots side to side. It's quite good. But then you put any sort of grip on the tires whatsoever, no.
Yeah.
It just picks a direction. It goes, whoa.
I must admit, for an off-road basher, the Mave is that's cool. You can plant that and just drift it around everywhere.
I like the reverse entries you do. You go and you like swing it and the whole car goes backwards and then
just power it out with the front wheels.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's
cool. I'd
really
say my 8 scale nitro buggy as well, the Lossy. The race car that handles nicely. It's set up nicely. So
I think race cars they do tend to be good, don't they?
They're built for, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I tell you what, feel nice, those Kyosho Infernos.
Which one?
You know the Inferno Evo.
Yep.
They just out of the box. They just feel so plush, just so well sorted. And you know what happens if you've got a car that isn't on the best handling list and you try and go real fast with it? You get Crash of the Week.
I don't know what the tune is.
It's pretty much that.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that's not true because this week's Crash of the Week comes from our mate Damo and his Infraction, and the Infraction is a really good handling car. But once you hit somewhere around 100 miles an hour, this happens. Fantastic. Damo reckons that happened about 5 times in a row. Every time the car landed on its wheels, eventually.
60% of the time. All the time.
Yeah. And it just drove back every time. Like, no damage. That's outstanding.
Tough.
It just occurred to me that this will be 3 crashes of the week in a row, I think, that have all been armour.
True.
And if you want that to change, if you've got a brand that isn't armour, please send it through to, you want to do your hand thing? Send it through to the Workbench at hobbiesdirect. I don't know how to make it on an angle, man. Okay, I'll figure it out. I can do it.
Find out a way.
Okay, I can do it. The Workbench at hobbiesdirect.com.au.
In hot pink.
If you want it in a hot pink.
A hot pink, mate.
I can do that. And if you want that to continue and you want to see how many armours can do Crash of the Week, The Workbench at hobbiesdirect.com.au. Please do send them in. We love seeing them. I reckon I might have a contender with this next time. I just want to bring this little thing in.
Who's a contender?
This is, remember you said the Wedge was the worst looking car you'd ever seen?
And it still is.
You were right. Now, I think this looks kind of cool.
I like the rear wing, like sort of. What do you call it? What do you call it? What have you named this?
The rear wing?
There's no like special name that you made for it?
No, Gary.
Like it's a fuser. Is it going to work?
Maybe. Obviously, I did design it in a wind tunnel, but if you compare version 1 to version 2, there was a significant difference in the shape, and now we're on to version 3. It's an Tamiya Avante tribute because I'm excited for the Super Avante. I photoshopped it to have 2021 on the top, because that's the year that it currently is. I'm just that.
Is it?
That's what Hamish told me to say earlier. I was unaware. But yeah, this one bringing in. I'm still not done finding VMAX for this man. Last time I took it out, I used here's a shameless plug, by the way. I used a Hobbies Direct branded 2-cell lipo. We've just got a new shipment batch,
last week,
new run of those in, and we're still there's quite a lot of them, so we're entering those in. But they do appear to be a really good batch, because I ran one in this, and it hit 121 kilometers an hour, which is a personal best for me on any car. I'm
Bloody
really
good.
happy with that. A 2-cell car, like just a Tamiya TTO2 with a big motor, doing 120 kilometers an hour with a wedge. That was awesome. But yeah, shameless plug. Those batteries actually appear to be quite good.
Next up, I wish I knew who I really was.
Wow, you all right, man? I Wish I Knew is our segment where we talk about the things that we wish we knew back in the day, either getting into or getting back into the hobby. What did you wish you knew?
Not to use super glue on your tyres.
What should we use, Justin?
Much more tyre glue.
Yeah, I like that.
No, it is good stuff, man. The much more stuff.
I think technically it is the same CA. It's like cryoaculate or something like that. It is technically the same sort of glue, like it is a super glue, but
yeah, but the super glue, like, it goes all white and crusty and...
well, it's like crystallized.
Look, it still does, with much more stuff, it still kind of does. If you get it messy, it'll kind of all crusty and that, but
it works so much better though, and they also have their V-Made racing stuff, which is awesome, but it's very much get it right the first time, because this is just never instant, coming off ever again.
Yeah.
Like it... I've used that.
I wish I knew to take my finger off the tyre when you glue it.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
So you have a permanent tyre stuck to your finger.
Yeah, but it's alright. It was a cool sort of like icebreaker at parties.
Yeah.
I wish I knew body reamers existed. I really didn't. So I'd either try and drill a hole, but most of the time that didn't really work because I was usually eyeballing stuff. So I'd just use scissors. Like that, you know.
Well, I found out about body reamers a long time ago, and I thought, oh, that is great. You think I've bought one? Never. Never.
Wow, those are great. Anyway, yeah, I think they're a worthy investment, especially when you've got a body that not one that you've made out of a sheet of plastic called the wedge, although I probably still should have. So yeah, even I think especially for like a really good looking Pandora shell, like we have those ones on there, you'd want to get the body posts and all the holes. You'd want to get them pretty schmick. So yeah, like $20-25 or something. Body reamer, definitely worth it. I think you can get really expensive ones that do the job better, but some is better than none.
Look, the $23 one still did the job pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Is that just like electrical tape?
Yes.
Cool. Very for Western Bulldogs.
My dad goes to Western Bulldogs, so there you go. Shout out to my dad. That's
tribute to Dad.
It is. We'll get some. Look, I know the Avante and the Avante 2001 are not on-road speedrunning cars. I know that they're off-road buggies. I get it. But the only thing it has in common is that it's four-wheel drive and it's blue. But I love that. I really dig that like color palette. Having red
palette.
Why is that funny?
I don't know.
It's just a funny word.
It's just gonna
palette.
Do you want to put this prawn in my palette?
In my palette. You just said palette. Now if we have this on, my rabbits are gonna go. Alright, man. The only thing left that I want to know is, what does that mean?
Don't know. You tell me.
I should cut to the thing, shouldn't I?
What?
Alright, this week on What Does That Mean, we'll be talking about DR or dual rate. This is something that flummoxes many a person.
Excuse me? Flummoxed me right now.
There you go. See, you picked it up from context. So, what a dual rate switch does, and they're on the FlySky GT2, which is what comes with a lot of cars, all the HSP cars, because they're a pretty decent budget radio. I know on a couple of ECX cars, Kyosho have them as well.
Do they?
Yeah, like again on that Mad Van, they have both throttle and steering dual rates.
Oh, for the radio.
Yeah. Oh, no. They,
Yeah, I thought you were saying they are FlySky radio.
No. These just come with HSP.
Yeah, okay.
But other companies do have dual rates on the controllers.
Yeah.
What dual rate does is basically, if you think of, I'll even do this. If you think of that as your center point for your steering, when you are trimming, using the little trim dial on the thing, say your car's a little bit to the right, like steering a little bit to the right, you'll trim it a little bit to the left, and that will pull everything.
Okay, so it's like
make it go straight. Yeah,
a moving wheel.
What a dual rate does is, say you're, and the other thing you can do, which we'll talk about another time, is endpoints. Say you've got this much steering, that's what you should have, right? On some cars you only have that much, right? It's turning way more left than it is right. Okay, so you adjust that with turnbuckles. You can also adjust that electronically. But what a dual rate does is, instead of bringing that to there or whatever, if that's your maximum, when you turn your dual rate down, it brings both left and right closer, like that. So you have less and less steering, which is cool for something like this, where you just want to go in a straight line. So you dial that down. You've only got the tiniest little bit of steering, so that when you're panicking at 100 kilometers an hour, you don't go and spin it into a ditch.
Yeah.
The reason we bring this up is that it is so easy to knock these dials. And if you are, I don't know, reversing a channel or something, and you just, if that gets knocked like that, you have no steering. None.
Yep.
So the next time you go to turn on your car, it's not working. And we honestly do see it quite a lot. We get people that have unfortunately travelled like maybe 2 hours to come down and get a new servo or see what's wrong with their car. And we go, there you go, mate. And it's
Not to make them feel silly or stupid or anything, but
no, I'm saying I feel so bad for
it. It is a
because,
very, very easy mistake to do.
Yeah, I actually had, when I sort of semi got back into the hobby, I had this, I can't remember the brand, but I had this little lipo-powered 2-wheel drive monster truck thing, and I really liked it. I thought it was quite good. I must have done that, and I was like, and I bought it as like a clearance item. I couldn't take it back. There was no warranty. There was nothing, right? And I went to drive it one day, and no steering, nothing, and I just went, oh man, go like that, and I ended up just sort of like taking it to pieces, and so I used its wheels on this and whatever. And then I got a little bit further into the hobby, and someone told me about this whole dual rate thing. Went back to found the radio.
So it's still good.
It was fine. It was absolutely fine. So just if you've got absolutely no response from the steering whatsoever,
First thing you check.
First thing you check. Dual rate, still switch to an on number.
So
It's supposed to be like that. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to talk about, man? I think
that's it for this week.
I think that's a wrap. Again, thank you guys so much for watching our pokey little RC podcast. If you got anything cool you want to send in and show us, crashes, DIYs, hacks, anything, even just a paint job that you've done that you want to show off, send it in to the thanks, man. The workbench at hobbiesdirect.com.au.
Remember, hot pink.
Hot pink. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.
See ya. Toodles.
There you go.